Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and today for day 7 of Listmas 2022, I'm going to be joined by my buddy BackRowByron as we count down our top 10 most anticipated 2023 coasters.
Thank you so much for having me, Drew. I'm super excited to be a part of this. Hey everybody, my name is Byron, also known as BackRowByron. Be sure to check out my channel, especially if you love vlogs at super random or not so random amusement parks around America for now, but maybe that'll change pretty soon. All right, everybody, let's get right to it. Coming in at number 10, we've got TRON LIGHTCYCLE coming to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Now, if you haven't seen already, this coaster looks absolutely amazing. It's got a lighting package, it's got launches, it's just got truly everything. It's really another complete package roller coaster for the Central Florida area. Although this ride is a clone, having this TRON coaster down in Florida would be a lot easier to ride than making a trip all the way to China.
Hopping over to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for Dollywood's own Big Bear Mountain. Now, I will say, as a Southern California native, when I hear Big Bear, I think of the snow, as well as a cool mountain coaster. But now, as a coaster enthusiast, I'm going to have to think of the longest steel coaster in the entirety of the park at Dollywood. This new age Vekoma has multiple launches, and as I mentioned, the longest track layout of any ride at the park. It boasts a near 2-minute full experience, even with it being a launch coaster, as well as what looks to be some amazing theming all around. It's also going to be amazing for the entire family, and the perfect blend of fun and thrill. I've definitely got to make sure to get over to Dollywood finally to check this out next year.
Securing a spot at number 8 is ARIEFORCE 1 coming to Fun Spot America, Atlanta. Now, when I first saw this coaster, I was just so impressed, not only with the actual coaster, but where it was going to as well. This elite coaster coming to a Fun Spot park? Now that's truly amazing. The pacing looks awesome. There's countless moments of ejector airtime. It's got some amazing inversions, and I'm also a sucker for a good zero-G stall and some sustained ejector, which this coaster seems to have plenty of, and I absolutely cannot wait to ride it once it opens.
Heading to number 7, we're going to head to Arizona to the brand new Mattel Adventure Park and their star attraction, the Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer. This Chance Rides Hyper GTX model is the first in quite a long time, and I can say after riding the first ever Hyper GTX earlier this year in Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom, my excitement for this ride is over the moon, as it even seems like it'll be throwing in some loops and rolls, and I can't wait to experience that with some of the most phenomenal airtime in the industry. This ride also looks to have some amazing theming when it's all finished up, so I can't wait to have my inner child come out seeing Hot Wheels come to life. Which, heck, I probably have the exact Hot Wheel that they're talking about and theming this ride after, somewhere in the couple crates full that I have.
For number 6, we are going with Pipeline, the surf coaster, coming to SeaWorld Orlando. Now, when I saw this coaster, I thought to myself, is B&M about to revitalize the stand-up coaster? I sure hope so. Now, I'm already a huge fan of the classic B&M stand-up model, but now we've got a totally new stand-up train that looks absolutely stunning, super open and freeing, and I must say that it looks a lot more comfortable than those classic trains. Oh, and let's not forget that this coaster is going to launch you at 60 miles per hour. Standing up? Oh my goodness. I think B&M is really trying to make my dreams come true, so I'm super excited for this one.
At number 5, we're going to be heading international to Madrid in Spain for Batman Gotham City Escape. Now, some of you might be wondering, why the heck is this at number 5? Well, in all reality, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to Spain in quite a long time. Otherwise, this would definitely be higher on the list. But this Intamin multi-launch coaster looks like a fever dream designed it. It is the most wacky, insane layout for a ride that I've ever seen. Beyond vertical drops, a twisting upward spire, and a ton of weird and wacky backwards moments that'll make you scratch your head. Don't get me wrong though, this thing looks to be one of the most intense coasters of the entire year, as Intamin is really working at their best with this brand new iteration of the Blitz model. And if this is themed well, man, it could make a running for top 10 in the entire world pretty easily.
Coming in at number 4, we've got WILDCAT'S Revenge coming to HERSHEYPARK. Wow, another RMC to make this top 10 list. Now, while I love to ride the classic WILDCAT, there was no doubt that I had plenty of visions of what RMC could do to this coaster. And now it's finally happening. Wow. This coaster will feature 4 inversions with a top speed of 62 miles per hour. And what I find interesting about this RMC is that it doesn't seem to have airtime as the primary focus. It seems like it'll have a lot more variety, focusing on inversions and rapid transitions in addition to the stellar airtime. So I'm super excited to see what RMC does for that.
At number 3, we're going to get a little bit closer to home as we head to Texas, Austin, Texas, that is, for Circuit of the Americas Land for Circuit Breaker. This Vekoma tilt coaster, that's right, the model is making a comeback, will take riders up a lift hill and then tilt the track straight down. That's right, this isn't like a traditional dive coaster where you hang over the track at a 90-degree angle, but the entire track is going to rotate on a hinge, making for one of the most spectacular off-ride and on-ride views possible. Add in the fact that this is going to have a stellar layout with plenty of inversions and awesome airtime moments that only New Age Vekoma can bring. You can bet I'm very excited to travel to Austin sometime next year for this, alongside Palindrome, which is just another amazing coaster that they're going to be opening.
Rising all the way to the number 2 spot is 2 Tatis coming to Parksbros. I don't even know if I said that right, but I hope I got close. Now, I am already crazy about Intamin multi-launch coasters. My friends even make fun of me for loving Cheetah Hunt, but where do I even begin with this brand new Intamin multi-launch coaster? Now, this past year I've gotten to ride Pantheon countless times and I'm already in love with that coaster, but looking at 2 Tatis, I feel like Pantheon was just a sample of what will soon be. 2 Tatis has got the amazing swing launch with the spike. Oh, and let me not forget to mention the bunny hill that is within the launch sequence. I imagine that backwards airtime will be unmatched, just like Pantheon. The inversions look like so much fun. It's got some unique airtime moments, and let's not forget those super comfy new generation Intamin trains. I really cannot wait for this coaster. I'm so excited.
Aw man, Byron, you took my number 1. What the heck, man? All jokes aside, 2 Tati, I don't really know how you say it, but that ride is a must-do for every coaster enthusiast in the world. But for number 1, I'm going to head to something a lot closer to home, specifically in San Diego, for a ride that I know I'll be marathoning in just a couple of months' time, and that is Arctic Rescue at SeaWorld San Diego. Yet another Intamin launch coaster on this list, but this time it's going to be using a tire drive launch system as a family iteration of the ride. Now, I've been on Wavebreaker, which is a very similar ride to this. And that was just the perfect family coaster in my opinion. Super thrilling, themed pretty well, but also great for some of the little ones. Arctic Rescue is going to be a perfect fit for SeaWorld San Diego, as after opening the super thrilling Emperor earlier this year, moving towards a more family-friendly roller coaster with a bunch of lateral forces is going to be the way to keep evolving and improving this park. Yes, it's not nearly as thrilling or exciting as some of the other roller coasters earlier on this list, but for me personally, I'm super duper excited for it, as I know I'm going to be able to check it out on the semi-regular. But that officially means we finished off this top 10 list. I wanted to give a huge thanks to BackRowByron for joining me. If you haven't yet, please make sure to go over to his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram. He just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. and I can actually say I was the 100th subscriber. And as he kind of hinted towards earlier, there's going to be some international parks in his future, and I personally can't wait to see his first reaction to a bunch of the places he's heading to. But with that, I want to say thank you all so much for watching Listmas Day 7. There's just another 5 days left to go in this series for this year, and I can't wait to show you some of the guests coming. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure to subscribe here if you haven't. But of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.